He gave widows bags of rice, but what they did to him was the biggest shock of his life. His name is Nnamdi. He is a graduate. After years of searching for a job with no luck, he dropped his certificate and began to hustle. 1 minute, you would see him pushing a wheelbarrow in the market. The next minute, you would see him at a construction site carrying blocks. Sometimes, you would see him as a carpenter. People laughed at him. Nnamdi, are you a carpenter today or a bricklayer? Nnamdi ignored them. He wasn't ashamed of his hustle. He does every kind of job: car washing, bricklaying, painting, barrow pushing, even helping traders offload goods in the market. One day, his phone rang. It was an unknown number. Good afternoon. Please, am I speaking with Mr. Nnamdi Okoye? This is Sandra from Willix Oil and Gas Company, Port Harcourt. You submitted your CV to us last year. We are pleased to inform you that you've been shortlisted for an interview this Friday. Nnamdi was surprised, but that was just the beginning. After the interview, he started working with them. From Port Harcourt, they transferred him to Lagos. Just 6 months into his new job in Lagos, he became a millionaire. He bought a house and a car, and he sent his mother 2 million naira. One day, he decided to visit his village. He bought 100 bags of rice for widows. When he arrived, the whole villagers welcomed him like a king. He gave each widow a bag of rice and 20,000 naira. The widows in his village sang and danced around him. Some held his hands and some knelt to thank him. Some cried and prayed for him. After the sharing, they all left his family house. That evening, he sat outside making a phone call. He heard a loud scream. People were running and shouting. Nnamdi stood up confused. Then a man ran towards him in anger. Nnamdi, what did you put in the rice you gave my mother? My mother and my children are dead. They all ate your rice this evening and started foaming in their mouth. Another woman came crying. My mother is dead. She only cooked a small portion of your rice. Now she's lying lifeless in the kitchen. Before Nnamdi could explain or understand what was happening, a crowd had gathered in front of his family house. Some were crying, others shouting. Then the youth arrived, looking very angry. Nnamdi is a ritualist. He used our mothers for sacrifice. He gave us poison, burned his car. Nnamdi raised his hands, shaking his head. No, I will never harm anyone. I bought the rice with my own money from a warehouse in Lagos. I was only trying to help the widows, but nobody listened. Pain had filled their hearts. They rushed Nnamdi and beat him mercilessly. Some used sticks and some used bottles, while some burnt his car. Meanwhile, Nnamdi's mother was at the market. She was buying foodstuffs to prepare Nnamdi's favorite food. She had no idea of what is happening at home. Then a lady rushed towards her. Mama Nnamdi, run home. They are beating your son. People are dying. They say it's the rice he brought. They are saying he poisoned it. The youth, they are beating him. Mama, run. Nnamdi's mother couldn't believe her ears. She threw everything she bought in the market and ran as fast as her legs could carry her. When she arrived, Nnamdi was already dead. The moment she saw Nnamdi's lifeless body, she had a heart attack and died instantly. The angry youths were not bothered. They took Nnamdi's corpse to the forest and dumped him there. The widows who had died became the talk of the whole village. That week, the village was filled with sorrow. Men and women cried in groups. The village had never seen this kind of pain before. 22 people had died after eating the rice Nnamdi brought. Widows, children, and old women. The same widows who danced and sang around him now lay in wooden coffins. The village square was turned into a place of mourning. A long line of coffins stood side by side. Some were small, too small because children were among the dead. People came from nearby villages to see what had happened. After that week, the village was quiet. The roads were dry. People were still grieving. People no longer gathered to laugh or talk in the evening. The market was almost empty. People were not happy. But one night, something strange happened. A woman named Obiageri woke up in the middle of the night to drink water. As she walked into her kitchen, she stopped and froze in shock. Nnamdi was eating jollof rice. He didn't look at her. He just ate slowly, one spoon at a time. Obiageri screamed and ran out of the house. Her neighbors rushed out and asked her what happened, and she kept shouting, "Nnamdi is in my kitchen. He's eating rice. I saw him." But nobody believed her. They thought it was just a dream, or maybe her eyes were playing tricks on her. But that same night, another person saw the same thing. Papa Chinedu heard footsteps in his backyard around 2 a.m. When he peeped through the window, he saw Nnamdi's mother cooking something in a big pot. The next morning, people talked about Nnamdi and his mother. Some said they saw Nnamdi eating rice, while some said they saw his mother cooking rice. Then a man came running into the village square, screaming, "Nnamdi, Mama Nnamdi, stop flogging me. Please, I'm sorry, stop flogging me." The man fell on his knees, screaming and crying. The villagers gathered quickly, surrounding him, and a villager shouted, "Who are you? Why are you shouting Nnamdi's name?" "My name is Joshua. I'm Nnamdi's friend from Lagos. Please forgive me. It was me. I was the one who killed those widows, not Nnamdi. I was jealous of Nnamdi. We worked in the same company, and I started working before him. But they were paying him more than me, and he was getting big contracts. I became jealous. I wanted him out of the company. I wanted him to be sacked. So when he said he wanted to help the widows in his village, I saw it as a chance. We bought the bags of rice together, but the night before he traveled, I injected poison into each bag of rice so that he will be blamed for it and never return to Lagos. But ever since he died, he has been coming to my house with his mother every day. They are here. Look at them." He pointed a direction, and the villagers turned to look but saw nothing. Then Joshua fell flat on the ground and died instantly. The men who had beaten Nnamdi to death were now filled with shame and regret. and the villagers went to the forest in search of Nnamdi's body. When they found Nnamdi's body, they wrapped him in a white cloth and carried him back to the village. The next morning, a proper burial was done. Nnamdi was buried beside his mother's grave. A young man named Ekene, one of those who beat Nnamdi, cried bitterly, "Please forgive us, Nnamdi. You gave us food and we gave you death. We thought you were a ritualist, but you were a blessing. If tears could bring you back, we would cry forever. Please forgive us." That night, no ghost came to any house. No rice appeared, no footsteps, and the villagers built a statue of Nnamdi and his mother in the village square. Every year, on that same day, the villagers gathered to share bags of rice to widows in memory of Nnamdi.